So Jeremy Fowler from ESPN ranked the top 10 edge rushers. This is an ESPN article. Top one, Myles Garrett, ahead of TJ Watt, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, and Chandler Jones. So Myles Garrett, best edge rusher. He was flashing that last year.
He was. That's interesting because I think he's the most talented, when you look at that body and just got some of the plays he made. And you mentioned it, especially at the beginning last year. Those 4 forced fumbles he had, I think it was the first 4 games. I mean, he was making a game-changing play every week. And then he had the sack or the forced safety when Phillip Rivers, I think, had an intentional grounding out of the end zone. That was credited to Myles Garrett. He just kept making big play after big play. Then he had a little bit of an injury, and then he had COVID, and that really, cut short his season. Even though he returned, he wasn't the same guy, and he admits that. But when you're doing a ranking like that, if you're doing it on potential and talent, I could see Myles being number one. If you're doing it on pure production to this point in their careers, TJ Watt had a better year than Myles did last year because he stayed healthy the whole time. He had more sacks than Myles did. I think you say the same thing about Joey Bosa. He's had some injuries too, but he's had some big time productive years. Khalil Mack has done it forever. So it's interesting because I've seen other rankings where Myles doesn't rank as high. I guess it's kind of in the eye of the beholder, but I think Myles is due, and I think we saw shades of it last year, is due for that truly bust-out year where he either wins Defensive Player of the Year or he finishes second to Aaron Donald, and he leads the league in sacks, and he's in the MVP discussion because he really does have that kind of talent. Now, if Jadeveon Clowney can stay healthy, I think that frees up Myles Garrett a little more, and those sack numbers could even jump, which, when you're a voter, you pay a lot of attention to sack numbers, and that generates a lot of conversation.